episode 3.
Yes.
And today we are...
Today? You don't speak like that,
Sorry,
Lola.
right, okay. Right. Today's episode is called No Filter, which we stupidly decided to do with no makeup on.
Yeah, so that's, if you can see, this is actually Nicole and Lola today. We've decided to do the no makeup look.
Yes. And the reason behind that is because of everything we've been talking about, you know, the industry and how perfect it is and filters and whatever. And I messaged you yesterday, didn't I? And I was like, of course, of all the weeks, I decided to get a stress breakout.
Yeah, because I was like, are we no makeuping tomorrow? You was like, yes, but I've got a breakout. I was like, oh, well, it's what it is. But goes to show, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's unfortunate these things happen.
I feel like the universe knows our podcast filming schedule and has done this on purpose.
First it was coming on your period, I was due on. Now it's spots.
Yeah. Well, actually, can we normalise having spots?
Yes.
Because
absolutely
everyone gets spots. And also, it's so like you could have great skin, but not necessarily every single day, not every single week either.
No.
And we've both had skin issues, haven't we? We spoke a bit last time about your issues during COVID, during the lockdown. And I struggled really badly with my skin just after I had my son, didn't I? And I didn't realise. So start from the beginning, because I feel like I'm quite on top of my skin at the minute.
Honestly, I was saying this to you, it must have been a couple of weeks ago, or a few weeks ago, and I was like, wow, your skin is skinning, because it just looked so glassy. It's, even though you have a few spots here, the rest of you is like, wow.
And that is what's really annoying, is because I got to that point where I was so happy with my skin, and then every now and again I get a breakout, and I'm like,
doesn't it, when you get that odd one? Like, I think I've got one here, it's gone down now, but it was bigger, and I was like, typical.
But it's impossible to have perfect skin all the time. So I really want to normalise, like, you know, getting breakouts, because it can be from anything. So I felt like I got my skin to a really, really good point. And if I go right back to the beginning, so after I had, because I've always had kind of all right skin, but, you know, a period breakout here and there. Yeah. But then after I had my son, I had terrible acne all around kind of my chin and jaw, and I did everything I could to try and get rid of it, and I just couldn't, it just wouldn't budge. And I remember seeing my dad at Christmas once, and he said, it's really sad, he goes, no, he didn't mean it, but he was like,
why are parents always just so truthful? Like, it's coming from a good place, but they are just always so truthful, aren't they?
I think they need to be, but those are the comments that really hit you the most, that you take on board the most.
100%.
So we're at my nan's, and he goes, Lola, I think, you know, you really need to stop, you know, eating greasy takeaways, because it's coming out on your skin. And I wanted to die.
Was you eating all the greasy takeaways?
No.
So even worse then. If you actually was, you could have been like, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, no, this was at the point where I was literally doing anything and everything I could to try and, you know, because I've got so much knowledge about skin. So I was, you know, religiously, the cleaning, I was eating healthy, I was doing these, you know, ginger shots and all that, like everything I could. I, you know, cut down my alcohol, like everything, and it still wasn't working. And I was like, right, this is now out of my control, because I've done everything I could with, like, what, 15, 20 years of beauty experience behind me, and I thought, this is not something I can deal with myself. So I then went to a dermatologist, and as soon as she saw me, she said, have you got any kids? And I said, yeah. And she said, the last kid, she said, you had a boy, didn't you? And I was like,
what?
Yeah.
This is some freaky, like, ghost stuff.
And I said, how do you know? And she said, it's really, really common after you've carried a boy, for the excess testosterone to stay in your system and cause the hormonal breakouts in exactly the same place that had the hormonal breakouts.
That's crazy.
I know, but the thing is, if you don't know, you don't know.
So next time, if it happens to something, be like, did you have a boy? They'll be like, no. Don't have your answer then, sorry.
Well, I could literally go, like, when I'm eventually a dermatologist, a few years' time, I'll just ask everyone the same question. Did you have a boy? Did you have a boy?
And they'll be like, oh my God, she's so clever. She knows her stuff.
But I'd never heard of anything like that before. Like, I knew
random.
I had heard that sometimes when you're pregnant with a girl, you can get breakouts, but I didn't realise after pregnancy.
Because don't they say, I don't know if it was, if you have girls or something to do with if they have loads of hair, you get heartburn.
Yeah,
Is
no,
that
you
true?
do. Yeah, you definitely do. But with girls, they say because they take your beauty, that's how you know you're having a go. It's all old wives' tale. It's bollocks anyway.
So basically, you boys are ugly. the girls are beautiful.
But it is, that's what it is, it's the different hormones. Because when you're
Yeah.
growing a girl, they've obviously got more estrogen. When you're growing a boy, they've got more testosterone, and it comes
That's
out on the,
crazy.
yeah. So she put me on these tablets for a year or so, cleared it all up. I was so happy. And then, you know, I still get every now and again breakouts, especially time of the month. But I have been particularly stressed this week.
Yes.
And it has come out on my face. So I don't know
So
if you're
annoying.
the same, but my skin's really reactive. Whatever I do, it comes out my face.
I am quite lucky, I would say, in regards to, I don't think things do come out in my skin at all.
That's
to be
really
honest with you,
good.
which is lucky. I'm trying to think what actually does when I'm stressed. I'm just moody.
Yeah,
I just get so moody. Do you not actually know? One thing, if I'm stressed, I get really tired.
Okay.
And I'm just like, have no energy to do anything. And I'm just like, oh, I just don't want to talk to anyone. And I'm really sleepy, I'd probably say.
And this is, again, what we're talking about the whole time, aren't we? Like, it's all that showing up and, you know, you have to look great all the time. You have to this and you have to that. Whereas there's no reason why you can't find balance in the things that you do. And, you know, if I come into work one day, or like today, and I'm like, I've got a breakout.
Yeah.
You know, if we normalise that a bit more, make it more acceptable, everyone's going to feel a bit better about, well,
100%.
hopefully.
Hopefully. I think this is the whole reason why we're doing it, isn't it? Because we want people to feel like they don't have to go out without makeup on. Like, I feel like, especially when your skin's great, you do feel like you don't need to put as much makeup.
You feel amazing.
You do, yeah.
You
Do you know what? Molly came into work yesterday, and she does suffer from bad skin sometimes. And I was like, wow, your skin looks amazing. And she was like, really? And I was like, honestly, you look amazing. And then she was in, I don't know if she was in a good mood anyway, but I feel like her skin does make her feel
when
amazing.
someone reiterates that to you, when someone else gives you the compliment,
100%.
it could change your
Every
whole day.
time, if someone's skin looks good, or, you know, just in general, if people are glowing, I 100% tell everyone, because I'm like, if someone says that to me, it does really make my day.
You should always
so
tell
I
them.
always make a conscious effort of like, if someone's skin does look great, or their hair looks great, or whatever, I always tell them.
Yeah, and I think the other thing is, if you're, you know, if you're always done up all the time covered in makeup, one, you're not giving your skin a chance to breathe and rejuvenate anyway. And then also, when you do go out, where's the next step up?
This is so true. We was actually talking about that yesterday, because for me, I can't really tell the difference of having a full face of makeup to no makeup. And I was saying to Molly, because she does makeup, I was like, right, when I come to work, I don't want to actually have a full face on. I just want to
Day makeup.
Yeah, I want to, and I just couldn't work out the difference, because I'm either like an all or nothing with makeup. And then Molly was like, just put on a bit of concealer, put a bit of mascara on, and then she just put a tiny bit of concealer under my eyes, and I was like, that has made the hugest difference, because I'm quite naturally tanned. I don't really have to worry about that, but it is, what I don't like is the darkness under my eyes. So that's why I didn't. Got absolutely no makeup on now. I really get darkness. It's like green, and I have loads of veins that I'm really conscious of. So I'm like, I put a bit of concealer on. I was like, that's all I need to do now. Pat that bit of mascara on.
But things that will bother you that you'll notice straight away in the mirror, probably no one else ever notices. But when you've got that hang up about yourself, once you look in the mirror, you're like, oh my god, I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah.
And that's like, so. I'll tell the tape story.
Oh, go on.
So after watching the first couple of episodes, I was like, oh my god, my chin is like, oh, like my double chin, which probably, and no one else.
I love it how you was like, I'm not going to talk about that. I don't need to overindulge. Is it overindulge? Overshare. Not overindulge. That's food.
But it is really relevant, because I don't, you know, I never look at myself from like a side angle.
You don't. I
don't notice it. And when I was watching the videos, I was like, oh no. So I thought I'd do that tape thing, you know, the silicone scar tape. So I did it the other night.
Honestly, I see so many people going to sleep. They do videos on TikTok, and it's their faces like that.
Yeah, but I've only done it twice, but I don't think it's worked. But that's also contributed to my breakout.
Yeah.
So, you know, you win some, you lose some. You solve one issue and you cause another.
Well, saying that, I was saying to Lola, I was like, I'm literally sitting like this throughout the whole podcast in the other one. So if you see me looking like this, it's because I'm so dedicated to not sit like this anymore.
But yeah, I'm watching the podcast, looking at you, going, "Oh God, she looks so great," and
all I can see is this. All I can see is this.
So silly. Why
and now
so
I'm just
hard
gonna be
on
like
ourselves?
this.
Like women, especially, like we're so harsh on ourselves all the time. Like you know, face, hair, body, posture, everything, all the time.
Do you know what? Posture I hadn't really thought about that much.
It's only about mine now. Doing this
like this. It's only because I don't know if anyone watches.
Oh no, I'm not acknowledging it.
I'm
gonna sit like this now. Yeah, go on.
I don't know if anyone watches Love Island, but there's this one girl called Grace on Love Island, and her posture is amazing. And since I've been watching it, I've been like, oh my God, that is such an elegant thing. And realistically, a posture is, if you sit correctly, that is going to help you in life to come. in later on in life. So now I'm like, well, I'm actually going to try and start training myself to be a bit more.
But you've got to be careful, because obviously we're both quite microphone. We're both quite large chested, and if you do that too much, it just looks like you're sitting there sticking your boobs out.
Yeah, I know, but I don't mind that.
Oh, yeah.
The bigger the better.
Yeah.
Also, can we talk about our microphones?
Oh God, go on.
But we actually had microphones last time, and we completely forgot to wear them because we were
got
just
too excited.
We were so excited, wasn't we? And then when I've used these microphones before on an Instagram story, I had it up here. And
my name's Nicole and I love chicken nuggets.
Honestly, it was awful. Maybe we should put that clip in it. And
so
all you can just hear is my like screaming, shouting voice, because I just naturally speak so loud. So that's why Lola's mic is up there, and yours
should be on your
mine
ankle.
should actually be on my feet, and you would still be able to hear me probably louder than Lola.
Yeah, I've always had.
So sorry in advance if it is really loud still.
Yeah, we've got. Well, if not, if we're gonna have to take the audio from one of the other cameras.
Yeah.
Well,
but shut me up.
And the contrast as well, because I've got a really soft, stupid little voice.
No, I love your voice. I was saying to Lola about.
Saying to Lola.
I was saying to you.
Oh,
I'm just having the camera. So I'm speaking in like third person to first person.
Same thing, yeah.
Yeah, I was saying to you, wasn't I, that when Lola done a voiceover from one of the videos, and I was like, wow, you've come back and your voice is so sexy. So it sounds like a sex line.
Yeah, and I'm listening to it thinking I sound like an 8-year-old.
No, I thought it was just very calming, sexy. Like you listen to my. To be fair, I do put on a different voice when I try and do a voiceover.
Yeah,
but just because I want to sound a bit nicer.
More professional.
Yeah, a bit more professional, less. Yeah.
Yeah, but do you remember when we did all the online learning and I was watching something on my phone and my daughter went, she goes, "Mummy, why are you talking like that?" I said, "That's Mummy's work voice."
Yeah, the work and the phone voice.
But we do that throughout our career. This light's really getting on my nerves. We do that as therapists and as professional people anyway, because a way to build rapport with someone is to mimic how they talk. Yes. Not exactly, like you're not gonna like copy their accent or whatever.
I mean, if someone's northern, I'm sure you're not gonna turn up. Some people though do start doing that.
Can you do it? Because you like the Manchester accent, don't you? Can you do it?
I do like a Manchester accent. No, I think I can.
No.
I'm sorry, Reese, I don't really.
Oh,
no, I think the one accent I could do a little bit is like maybe a bit of Australian, like kangaroos on the.
G'day, mate.
G'day, mate. I put the kangaroos and the koala bears on the Barbie. Put the
kangaroos on the Barbie.
I was thinking, what am I saying? Put that shrimp on the Barbie. I don't know. It's not good at all.
Well, when I lived in Australia, I got an Australian twang just because everyone talks the same. So you know, like here. Like the kids will have like a different slang talk and the adults will talk different, most people. But in Australia, they all talk the same. So the slang words that the kids use, the adults use as well. And I found that really, really odd.
Yeah.
Like, so what they call the sauce bottle. So like an alcohol bottle is a sauce bottle.
What?
Got to stop touching my mic. Yeah, and I thought that was a slang that like the kids, like the youngsters use. And then my friend's dad was saying it, and I was like, "What?" And that's when she explained, like,
sauce bottle,
sauce bottle, Oh, I can't say it now.
We'll leave that.
And they call like the petrol station is the servo, and they have bottle shops, which is like an off license. So they don't sell alcohol anywhere else. You know, like we can get alcohol pretty much anywhere.
What, not in like supermarkets?
No, nowhere. They only the bottle shop, and they call it the bottle-o.
Let's go to the bottle-o.
We've gone way
right. Let's go back. Back to what we're actually
right. What we're
talking
about. So it's no filter week. Let's talk about filters.
Yeah.
Talk about editing. Sorry. Come on.
Let's talk about editing.
Well, we've got a few ideas on here. So, yeah, like, so filters I don't think are that popular anymore.
No, I think, because do you remember when it used to be Snapchat filters and it had like the dog ears? It would make you...
awful.
Oh, it was awful. What was we thinking?
I mean, I just missed that. I was kind of just out there, yeah.
Oh no, I was very much like a put that dog filter on, put those big glasses filter on. I must have. I was in school
Put that dog filter on.
Yeah. Oh god. And then now it's. I feel like some people do use some filters like. But it will be like smooth skin.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah, or like a brighter thing. Because I see some people's stories, like people that I know, and I'll think, oh, that's weird, that doesn't look like you. But to them, they think they look better. But we want people to start seeing the beauty that is without filters. Because the filters, they make you look weird.
Yeah, I think especially on videos... I hate it on videos when people have a filter on their face where it's like they've done something to their eyes and they'll move it slightly and then it'll move and I'm like, oh, come on now, don't post that. Personal opinion.
Yeah.
But I do, when it's my actual photo on my personal Instagram, I don't edit anything of myself on Eclipse because I just think that's wrong. But on my personal one, I do put a slight filter on my face, I would say.
Yeah, because you want to look your best.
Yeah, but I will never do it that will make me look different. I'm very, very conscious. I would maybe like smooth out under my eyes, potentially, but I wouldn't really. Because
there was that whole thing about people were editing their after pictures of lips and stuff, weren't they?
Yeah, which is, again, I think. When it comes to your work, I think you should not edit people's faces. Why are you editing people's faces? It should be solely focused on your work. And if you feel like you need to edit it, I think just don't post it.
Yeah, because
I want to show your best work.
Yeah, well, I was talking to some students about this the other day, and we were just kind of discussing that, you know, you don't want to not put your best work online, but then you want to appeal to everyone as well. And there's that fine line with, okay, well, this is the work I'm doing. Not saying it's necessarily not your best, but does it look the best before and after pictures? And I try and say to the students all the time, the best before and after pictures are in the same place with the same lighting and at the same angle. So when we're doing the plasma, so obviously it's for the hooded eyelids, you get like the before picture and they're looking straight, and then the after picture and they're like looking down or up, and you can't see the comparison. And it might only be small, but you can't see it because of the same like the same level. So I always say, like, put something on the wall and tell your client to look at that exact thing in the same before and
That's
after.
a good idea. Because I guess as well, on a phone now where you've got 3 cameras, you could be like, look at the camera, and they're like, what one?
But they'll look up or they'll look down. So sit them in the same chair and just put like a little sticker on the wall and just look, or like the light switch or something. Look at the same switch, but in the same place. Because I've also seen a lot of before and after pictures where, you know, the lighting's really good in the first one, but then not the second one. Because the first one they're facing the window, and the second 100%. One they're facing. Oh wait, talking of lighting.
I know. Hope you can see a difference, because I think these lights definitely helps. We just needed lighting, but lighting is everything for videos. I always think natural lighting is the best. But if you can't get natural lighting,
not great when you're in the basement.
But yeah, if you can't, then you need a huge bright light. You need one for either your phone or a ring light, just anything that is going to brighten up the photos or videos. 100%.
Yeah. Although I am quite pleased that we're not filming in 4K this week with no makeup on.
We're not filming in 4K.
Is it 4K? I don't know.
I have absolutely no idea. I just assume everything on iPhones is great.
We're just winging it, really, aren't we? We're actually just winging it, and we just wanted, you know, I don't think we explained properly about the whole vision behind the podcast, did we? Like, we want to show like the real life behind, you know, behind the beauty mask. So you're mainly now the face of Eclipse on socials, and obviously being the owner, we want to show like the real side and our personalities of that.
Because obviously when we are posting on social media, you're seeing a lot about the courses, about, well, we're doing a lot more to do with all of us now, aren't we? But you don't know us as much as people, because there's only so much you can put on there. You don't want to flood everyone with your personal lives. So I think that's why it's good to actually, we're going to get loads of our tutors on here and people that work for Eclipse as well, so you can just see a bit more what we're like.
And we've got such a wide variety of experiences from the industry.
Literally such a wide range.
And like, you know, all from teaching to working with the academy to training to being in the salon. So I think it's going to be really good to show kind of all those different sides, especially for new people coming into the industry, because it's like, where do you start? Like, this industry has absolutely blown up since I started anyway in 2005, remember, in the 1920s. But it's so different, and just want to like a relatable podcast that people can just listen to and be like, oh, okay, do you know what, there are normal people around.
Make you feel better and not show off. Like no showing off it. Showing off in? Why can't I speak?
No showing off in. Woo!
I actually can't speak. But yeah, I think 100% it should, I think it will help people.
Yeah, definitely. And that's why we really want, you know, stories and ideas and feedback from everyone that's been watching the podcast. Can we also just take a moment to say thank you to everyone who's watched the podcast? We've had such an amazing response, haven't we? We've had loads of people writing in, like telling us their stories. So
we're going to read out some. This is what I've been really excited about listening to this week, because I have no idea what they said.
And I haven't actually fully read them. I've literally skimmed a bit, because I wanted it to be... Yeah, well, we'll see when we read them out. But I really wanted it to be like the first time we're kind of both hearing it.
Yeah, defo.
But I did just kind of skim through quickly. So we'll start off. Should we do we do the snake or the ladder first?
Let's do the ladder.
Okay. We'll finish on the funny bit. Okay, so shall I read the...
Yeah, you read and I'll read the second one.
Okay, so again, these are all anonymous, so you don't need to worry. You're not going to get like fired from your job or anything.
Unless you want to not be anonymous, then that's also fine.
I mean, you can.
You can. But
I don't know if anyone's going to want to. Okay, so this is a ladder story. I just need to double check that this is the ladder and not the... Okay, yeah.
You're like,
well, I'm trying not to read all of it. Okay, so I'll never forget this client. She came in looking defeated. She'd had a nightmare lash extension experience elsewhere, and her lashes were a mess. Clumps of glue, uneven lengths and gaps everywhere. She was convinced that her natural lashes were ruined forever. Oh, that does happen a lot.
Yeah.
She sat in my chair, half expecting me to tell her there was no hope, but I love a challenge. So first I carefully removed the botched extension, slow and steady, just making sure not to damage what was left of her natural lashes. Then I gave her a proper lash health routine and booked her in for a fresh, correctly done set in a few weeks. Because that's another thing as well. People rush to quickly put on the next set. So she's done the right thing here. When she came back, she was really nervous, but I think she trusted me. I took my time, giving her a soft, natural set that suited her eyes perfectly. The moment she looked in the mirror, her jaw dropped and she said, "Oh my God, are these my lashes?" She went from hating her lashes to feeling like a total queen. She became a regular, and every time she came in, she joked, "Remember when I thought my eyes were doomed?" The moment, that moment reminded me of actually why I came into this industry, helping people feel confident again. A bad experience can knock someone down, but the right treatment can change everything.
That is actually so nice. I've also seen so many stories about people getting their lashes done and what they look like from above.
Yeah.
And it's just full of glue, and I honestly because the thing is, that is what you look at, it's your face.
Yeah.
Lashes are such a big thing, so I honestly I'd be so upset, because I'm upset when I used to get my lashes done and my lashes would, when they'd come off and I'd literally have like little stumps And I used to like be so upset then, so I can't even imagine.
But that's again what we're saying. If you've got a full set of lashes all the time, and that's what you're used to, if you then don't, you're going to feel like you're less than what you were.
And don't you hate if people go like, oh, you've done something different, you don't look well, you look tired, and it's like, I've just taken my lashes off. That's it.
One of my friends had her lashes taken off. She went into work and someone asked if she was unwell. They were like, are you feeling alright? Are you not very well? You're not very well?
You're tired. Like,
it is though that it's that next step up, isn't it? It's like if you have your hair done like perfectly all the time, then when you go out, what do you do to make yourself different? Yeah, how do you make yourself feel like that? Because you want to
get your boobs out.
Fine.
That's what I do. I'm just like, oh,
you and me both. No, it's actually really bad.
But we do. Joking.
Joking.
Classy. No, do you know what it is? Because I'm going out this weekend and I was like, it sounds really silly, but I'm the sort of person that if I'm going out, there needs to be some sort of skin. Either it's legs, like chest.
I don't like a bodysuit.
Yeah, I don't want to like cover up everything, you know, like because I'm quite happy with my figure. Like I kind of want to show it off.
And if you've got it, flaunt it now, because when you get old.
And then I was sending loads of. I feel like I've told you this story.
Probably. Tell me again.
Yeah. But I was sending outfits to Abby, and Abby was like, Abby's my sister, and she was like, "You just don't know the meaning of classy, do you?" And I was like, "Oh my god!"
Oh, for her birthday, the birthday outfit. That is stunning, though.
Oh no, I am really happy with it. But I was like, oh.
Yeah, but Nicole, you do you. Do you know what I mean? Like, if that's how you
I like my outfit now, but I think it's classy. It's showing enough skin for me.
I just love that video of that picture of us in Ibiza, where you've got that like really beautiful. I'm going to put it up when we do this. That lovely green bikini on, and I'd not long had my surgery, had I? So I'd like high waisted this, and I was standing behind you like. Yeah.
Every time we get a photo, Nicole, I'm going behind you. It's like fine.
That was so fun. That was such a good one, actually. We need to be doing it.
Yeah.
Got off track a little bit.
Yeah, no, I can't even remember what we're talking about now.
But we do the snake.
Yeah, let's do the snake.
Okay, fine. And we need everyone to keep writing in. And can we, you know, feedback about what you want to hear us talk about? Because we just talk.
We can talk forever, yeah.
Anyway, so
I'll read the letter. No, snake.
Yeah. And just because I put the title at the top, so obviously you're not going to read the title. Okay, so I haven't actually heard this. Oh, why has it gone like that? Done.
Okay. I'm going to try and really set the scene here. It was one of those days in the salon.
You're reading a children's book.
I wouldn't be really like, I exaggerate what I say.
I'm so sorry.
Make the story fun. Sorry if it just sounds like this. Right.
It was a cold day.
Okay, it's 9:30 a.m. Right. She made me laugh. Whew. It was one of those days in the salon, back-to-back clients, the phone ringing off the hook, and me running purely on caffeine and chaos. Among my appointments, I had 2 brow clients. One just wanted a light tidy up, and the other was my regular who loved a super defined high arched look. Somewhere in the rush, I got them mixed up. Oh God. I called in the wrong client, sat her down and got straight to work. Chatting away as I applied the wax, confident as ever, I pressed the strip down, gave it a swift pull, and half her eyebrow was gone. Oh no. The moment she looked in the mirror, her face went pale. What have you done? My stomach dropped. Oh my God. I had just erased half of the poor girl's beautiful natural brows when all she wanted was a tidy clean up. Oh my God. Thinking fast, I tried to play it cool. That's something I would do. It's fine.
It's the new look.
It's fine. We'll just even them out. A little extra definition will look amazing, but she wasn't buying it. She clutched her remaining eyebrow like it was a winning lottery ticket. I said a tidy up, not a total wipeout. Oh my God, this girl would be fuming. I would actually be fuming. If I didn't have my brows tattooed on, now I wouldn't care. But if they weren't tattooed on, I would be so annoyed. I scrambled into damage control mode, tinting, penciling, brushing until miraculously we salvaged something decent. in the end, she kind of liked it, or at least pretended to. And I sent her home with a free brow pencil and my deepest apologies. Lesson learned, always double check who's in the chair before you remove half the face.
Stop it. Because you just know that client went home and was like, oh, I'm never going back there.
Honestly, let's think about something that is not fake about my face and what I'd be really annoyed.
Well, let's talk about, because I get exactly what you mean. Like now, obviously, I've got my eyebrows done and my lips tattooed. It's a bit more like you feel less naked.
And the thing is, those brow hairs, like they might take a while to. Luckily, though, there's a lot of brow pens, isn't there? I would be doing everything. I would be saying to the girl, "I'll buy you this amazing eyebrow pencil to really help, like drawing those brows."
Yeah, but I mean, like pretty much everyone's got their brows tattooed these days, but it's still a big, like, even if you had like,
it's like cutting your hair. That would what it'd be like for me if someone if someone like, if I had my hair like this and then my hairdresser just went like that, like just on one bit because she thought I said that I was
because you can't hide your face or your head, can you? And you've got to live through that.
My God, I would cry. I would say, put my hair extensions in on one side and just cut it.
We did have there was an incident when I worked in a salon up London, and these two girls came in. They'd gone to Mac to buy all their like brow stuff, and they wanted like a really good like brow shape, and they'd grown their eyebrows out so they were thick. And the girl that was doing it was actually French, and she didn't understand properly, and she just did what she thought. So this girl was amazing at eyebrows, but she gave everyone the same eyebrow shape.
Right, which obviously some people don't want.
Yeah, well, because it doesn't suit everyone's face, does it? Like my eyebrows are completely different shape to your eyebrows because we've got different shaped faces, different shaped like eyes, and like where our noses are, like everything. That's why the importance of mapping. We should get Shelley on to talk about mapping actually. But do you see what I mean? She did exactly the same eyebrow and everyone, they were fuming. Oh my honestly, God. They were so angry. They were like, what are you going to do about my face? What am I going to do about my face now? It was actually really good. It was painful.
No, speaking of brows, it's like when I first had my brows done, so where my brow bone really sticks out here, it's almost like my eyes go a bit like that. So they're kind of like downwards. So when I had mine down, she took off the whole end of my brow tail, but no one else would have been brave enough to do that. Yeah, and that is exactly what I needed because I needed to open up my eye. If you went against,
so it comes down.
If you went against my natural hairline, they would have been down here, and then I would not have like opened up eyes. But that is why specifically I did go to that person, because they did a specific brow that I personally wanted, knew it was going to fit my brow shape, but I know loads of people probably wouldn't do that.
And I know people that don't obviously not in the industry, or you know they don't really necessarily do things to their brows, or men, you know, they don't notice these, and an eyebrow might seem like a tiny little thing to everyone else, but it makes a huge difference.
But it's like the older generation, when they've got their really thin little brows, and then now they're starting to get their brows microbladed, and they're getting hair strokes, and it just makes them look younger. Yeah,
because we're doing a lot now of tattooing over those old, it's like a salmon colour, it's literally just like an orange line. Yeah, because when microblading or SPMU first came out, that's just what the fashion was, and they didn't realise that in years to come and how the skin healed, that's what it would then look like on the skin. So that's exactly why we're talking about this no filter thing, is because having the tattoo on your face sounds so weird. Sorry. Semi-permanent makeup is fantastic.
The best.
When it's done right.
Yes, when it is done right.
Yeah, can we just talk about that for a minute, because we've seen some absolute horror stories.
We've seen, because the thing is, some of them as well aren't even people's faults, because let's talk about what semi-permanent makeup actually is first of all, because people might not know. So you tell us what it is. Well, it's where you put what is it?
So there's three, well, we mainly do or teach 3 different areas.
Yeah, so ombre brow, well, powder brows, ombre brows, eyeliner and lip blush. And it's where you use it's not an actual tattoo machine, it's for semi-permanent makeup. So it's for the face, so it's less
invasive.
Less invasive. And you use that with a pigment and you tattoo it into the skin and it will stay there. But it's not like a permanent tattoo where, even though tattoos do fade, semi-permanent makeup fades a lot more, doesn't it? So
yeah,
you have
so
to get top-ups.
it's meant to mimic the appearance of makeup, but it's supposed to be imprinted. Well, anyway, it's meant to be put into the skin, sort of mid-epidermis. It's not supposed to go deep to the dermis. So when you have a tattoo on your arm, that goes a lot deeper, and that's why it lasts longer.
Yeah.
So brows is massive. So we've seen, well, I mean, our tutors are amazing. Anyway, of course. But our tutors have been doing it for a long time, and they're really good at what they do, and that's why they're now teaching other people how to do it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there's a lot of people who weren't necessarily taught properly, or their tutors didn't know how to teach properly, but they've come away without the full confidence and the full knowledge of actually how to tattoo someone's face.
Yeah.
And you can't hide that.
No,
there's no makeup that is gonna, like you're saying, if you'd have had your brows tattooed down there and you usually pluck that bit off, you wouldn't have been happy with it.
No.
But you've got to have that confidence to explain to your client what you think is best, but also what they want.
I do feel like if you're getting into the industry, you kind of should really have an eye for it, or if that's something you want to get into and you're not sure what that is, really research it, because you can't just think, I'm going to do a course and that's it. Like, you have to really look about what's going to fit people's shapes,
a lot
faces,
of people that go into semi-permanent makeup are makeup artists, aren't they?
Yeah,
like
so they've got an eye for it anyway.
And it's all about the tones and the hues, because obviously, I've said it obviously a lot today.
Obviously.
I said it because obviously, say that because.
You could probably hear me shouting.
Yeah,
even if I go.
If you put your mic all the way across the room, it will still hear you. So
Still
when you do semi-permanent makeup, you need to take into consideration what that person's skin tone is. So is it a warm or a cool tone? And then you have to counteract that with the cool or warm tone of the pigment.
Yeah, it's so much to think about, because I think you wouldn't necessarily go into a course and think, I'm going to be learning about what suits people's skin tones.
Yeah.
Like, I think people go, as long as I do a good shape and the colouring's done well, that's it, and it matches, that's it.
But they think the colour of the pigment is the colour that they're going to tattoo, and it's not.
Yeah.
Because you've got to take into consideration how that colour is then going to heal, how it's going to blend with their skin and the hair of their eyebrows and the colour of their hair on their head as well.
It's so much to think about.
And that's what I mean. Like, when you talk to men about these things, they're just like, it's just, they don't understand the complexity of everything that goes into it. So, and we've only just spoken about eyebrows, and we've not even gone deep into
anything
eyebrows.
else. Eye colours, lip colours.
Yeah, all the different techniques. You have microblading, powder brows, ombre,
combo brows.
Oh, stop. I really need that done. So my issue with my brows is, because I've got such thick, oily skin, is the warmth goes so quickly. So within 4 months, they're ashy.
That's so annoying.
So now my plan with Shelley is I'm going to have them removed. So the tattoo removed.
You're going to do the tattoo removal.
Yeah.
I really want to be there to just see what that's like.
Yeah,
perfect.
So, because I've got so much pigment now, because I've tried to do a couple of colour corrections, because you're meant to have colour boost every year, but because I've got so much pigment now, getting a cough. It's just
Bitch, please. You can wear a COVID mask for the next episode.
No, it's because I haven't drunk enough water today. I know, it's finished.
Oh wow!
I can see
really are thirsty.
I can see a full bottle there. But anyway, So because please don't. Sorry, you say what you need to say, girl. Because I've got so much pigment in my brows, when I then have the colour boost, it doesn't really take. So now we're going stripping right back. So we're going to do 1, maybe 2 tattoo removals, and then we're going to go in with fresh brow, because also you know, as you have them for too long, they shrink a little bit. So I want them a bit thicker.
Mine definitely have shrunk, because I remember I felt like they were really huge when I first got them done, and then now I'm like, this is quite good. And my sister Abby, hers have shrunk loads. I realised.
Yeah, and that's because the cells are always rejuvenating, and where because effectively it is an open wound in the scar tissue. As it's healing, it's kind of pulling together and it's tightening it up. So yeah. So brows. The other one is eyeliner. I don't think eyeliner's that popular.
Do you know what? Saying that though, I don't think it was, but I feel like, because we used to struggle quite a lot to get eyeliner models, didn't we? But I think now Molly's finding it a lot easier to get models for eyeliner. It's kind of coming back.
Because as well, it's because they know that students work them, even though our students are not put onto live models until they're definitely ready. Yeah, it's still your eye, like it's really fragile. But
I think isn't eyeliner quite easy to do compared to like, because you're not doing like mapping or
it's just a line. It's literally a line, but then it can go very wrong. Like it went wrong with me. Yeah. Let's not talk about that.
No, we won't talk about that. Let's not put it down on the day.
I'm like, this is wrong and this is wrong and this is wrong. Lip blush is huge at the minute.
You just had yours done. How was your experience?
So I can honestly say, so
I love the colour, can I just say?
Thank you.
Shelley, she picked well,
She's good, isn't she? Well, me and Shelley have been going back and forwards for months, and she's like, Lola, can you just get it done? Because you're getting on my nerves now. But it is the fact where I'm like, once it's done, like we were saying, you can you'll never have virgin lips again. Yeah. So it's like once it's done, you can't
reverse it
at all. And I don't wear lipstick. I never wear lipstick. I wear a blush or like a tinted lip gloss, but I'll never wear lipstick. So I was like, why would I have it done? So then just one day, and we needed a model on the course, and I just thought, fuck it, I'm just gonna do it. I just thought, why not? So I was really nervous, and
because we drove there together, and you can tell you was a bit nervous, but
I didn't realise I'm a really bad client, and that is terrible because I've been a therapist for nearly 20 years, and I know how it feels to be that therapist. Yeah. And I didn't realise how picky I was.
But the thing is, you're very picky. You know what you want, but
I'm not picky in any other aspect of my life.
You're not picky, but I think it's on your face. You do have the right to be picky. Like if I was having that done, I would probably be even worse than you. I'm like, right, are you sure that's going to be like that? It's not going to be this, it's not going to be that.
And I 100%. Have, I have seen the process so many times, and I know how it works. But when suddenly it's on you, you're like, oh my God, because this is a tattoo on your face. Yes. Like, it's really serious. I can honestly say though, I didn't really feel a thing. Yeah. I
think you only had one bit, didn't you? You was like, ow, and the rest she was fine.
There. Oh no, she was going over the Cupid's bow, but the numbing wasn't on it. Just like maybe a second, and I was like, oh, and apart from that, I didn't feel a thing. And then so that night they were quite swollen, and when I looked, oh my God, so
they were literally like, you just put on red lipstick, wasn't it?
It looked, and I think the main thing was because obviously I didn't have any other makeup on, and I hadn't watched the process through, so I was lying on the bed getting my lips tattooed, not seeing anything, and then I'd sat up, put the mirror in front of my face, and I just went, what did I say?
I think you said, they're nice. I think you was, but
I did think they looked nice, but because when they're first done, they're so much brighter than they are when they're healed.
100%.
And no one's going to wear bright red lipstick with not the rest of their face not done.
That would just be weird.
And also, like, they were a bit swollen. They weren't too swollen, actually.
They wasn't. I think they look quite nice swollen.
I think it's just like when you have your hair done, when you first look at it, because you're not used to it, you're like, oh, and then once you're used to it, it's fine. And then the next day, so I kept putting the stuff with the A&E ointment on, and they were fine. But I think the thing for me was that I thought they were going to crust and scab, because a lot of them do, but mine literally didn't.
Because you were going out like 2 days afterwards, weren't you? You was like, they're going to be all right. Shelley was like, yeah, you'll be fine.
I was going out for dinner up London to Ivy Asia, and I was like, it's a bit of a posh dinner. I don't really do posh dinners. But they literally, like when you get like a little bit of dry skin and you just rub it and it comes off. Like that's literally all it was.
A bit like if you used to put like, what is it, like, this scrubbing, exfoliator thing, put it on your lips, is it like that?
But it was very flat and just very small, like it didn't, because I've seen some people and it's like full crust, and I know everyone's different and I am quite a good healer, but I was so impressed. So by day, so I hadn't done on a Thursday, that was Saturday night, they were fine. By Sunday, it was like completely healed.
Perfect.
Yeah. I
So
do
good.
need to get a colour boost, like, because you have to.
You should be an
use it
advert
too.
for lip blush now. Guys, they're fine. After 3 days, you can take this.
But I would honestly say, now I've had it done, I'm so glad I've had it done. And I would
go back.
No way, love it. Because now, like, I've got no makeup on.
You make me want it.
Do it.
No, I'm too, like, on the fence about it at the moment. But I've had...
But you like a nude lip.
I do really like a nude lip, so I just think if I was to put a colour on it, I'm quite a really light lip person, so I just think let's not rush into something.
But then I never ever put lipstick on.
No.
Gosh,
But you have quite pigmented natural lips anyway. Do you remember we was looking in the car?
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
So like yours is a lot more pigmented than mine.
So the difference between your skin colour and your lip colour was quite different, whereas yours is quite similar. And that's the thing, once it's done, you can't ever take it away. Once it's done,
so you can't use a tattoo removal on your lips?
You can, but it's quite difficult because it's not, for example,
hanging and cold sores to me.
The issue is, because the laser picks up the pigment, okay, if you've got your brow, for example, and there's black pigment against kind of white skin, it's easy to differentiate. But if you're going red pigment, it's a lot harder for the tattoo machine to pick up, and also it's a lot thinner and more delicate skin.
Oh, I really feel like...
You can do it, but I would probably advise not to.
So if you want your lip brush...
Now I look like your new picture.
Yeah.
Audrey Hepburn.
Oh, I love her.
Yeah, so anything else to add before we wrap up the
No, I feel like we've covered things. Yeah, like you said earlier, we really want everyone to send in stories, because they are so good, and we just want to have a little bit of a... We already have a laugh anyway, but even more of a laugh. Not at your expense, but if you're going to send in a snake, then at your expense.
Yeah, we want people to get involved, you know, we really want this to be a relatable...
And we really want to get people on the podcast, don't we? We really want students. We're going to try and get some of the girls from Eclipse on here as well. Like, we really want to make it as genuine.
Yeah,
and...
bit of fun.
Yeah, bit of fun.
Come and share your stories, because... Like you shared your endometriosis story, you know, if someone listens to that and it helps them, you know, the more we talk about it, the better it's going to be.
100%.
So, I was going to tell you again about next week's show, but I haven't put it on the iPad,
so you just have to wait for the next week's one.
Yeah, and I will be putting on some makeup for the next one, just a little bit, just a bit of day makeup.
Yeah, you see what we look like
now.
That's
enough.
Raw light. We've got bright lights.
Yeah,
no makeup.
What a week to get the lights when we're doing the no filter episode.
But I love it though.
It's important. It really is important for people to just be accepting. Yeah, and just
accepting. That's a really good word.
Yeah, because you're not perfect all the time. No one's perfect. And actually,
absolutely not.
If we were all perfect and we all looked the same.
But that's what Instagram shows, is a perfect life, and there is absolutely no such thing as perfect. No way.
And if you see that, it's not true anyway, is it?
No, it's not. Absolutely.
Yeah. So
that's that.
Yeah, so that's that. So that concludes the episode, and we're looking forward to next week, even though we don't know what it is.
Yeah.
So thank you again,
guys. Bye.